everybody, and welcome back to some cheeky 7 days. I feel all croaky today. I've been in the house for a little bit, so in theory, I should have warmed up a little bit, but it doesn't appear to have happened. Now, where's the jar? It looks like we've got the repairs from post horde, haven't we? By the looks of it, those trees, you see, like billboard. They seem to be a lot closer than the way it used to be. I've not noticed that since the alpha, that patch yesterday. Because we're now on 18.1. I think there was another update yesterday, wasn't there? So something really strange. Apparently, player names. I don't know whether it was like specific player names or just player names in general were apparently causing frame drops, as in reduced FPS, which is like really weird, isn't it? I'm not sure. I don't know. Not sure. Who knows, right? Who knows? Oh, I see you've used your grumzoms there, Mr. Yan. Good morning, good morning. Oh, I got the hiccups as well. I got the wee little Winnie the Pooh hiccups. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those mornings, I think. Good morning, Wentex. How's the shenanigans with your internet going, sir? I don't like it when you're not streaming. You play shooty games, mate, and I like shooty games. When do we get Wentex with shooty games again? Bash that up there. Good morning, Daxos. Hello, Nomi. Good morning, TM. Good morning, Sivian. Good morning, Yeti. Good morning, Rosa. Good morning, Rebster. Good morning, Starscream. How are you doing, sir? Hello, Vicky. You're working at home from today as Emily has a gammy eye. Was that the medical diagnosis from the doctor? Is it, yes, Mrs. Vicky, this is clearly a case of the gammy eye. Could be fatal. What is it? Is it, what do they call it? I think Elegon had it, didn't he? What was it called? What's the sticky eye? Kids get it all the time, don't they? It's actually very unpleasant, and your eye's constantly leaking like a proper sticky sort of mucusy thing, isn't it? What do they call that? Oh, it's going to annoy the crap out of me. I saw James was busy modding The Witcher yesterday. Vicky, I still can't believe I've never actually played that. So actually, there's not that much damage, is there? Who we got here? This is Vista the Des, isn't it? Conjunctivitis, that's the one, Vicky. Is that what she's got, mate? See, Des, I was talking about the Mandalorian yesterday. Amazing. I hear you may have solved the issue with your computer as well, sir. So I do hope that all resolves itself, because that must be. Yeah, I know you're a busy man, mate. So I'm sure it's not like it was. You know, book a week off work and have nothing to do but to play video games. But it's still frustrating knowing that you've had to. Part of the problem with PC gaming, really, isn't it? Just goes to show it's. Never quite as simple as we'd like it to be, is it? There's always something that seems to cause a problem.
Can't believe still watching this knobber. Jokes, thumbs up.
Charming, innit? Charming, that is. You know what? I'm expecting that from someone like Elegon Starscream, not your good fine self, sir. I'll tell you what. There must be some sort of cult out there with you, like all ganging together, calling me, you know, foul names and things. I don't understand it. I'm just gonna quit. I'm gonna go to Mixer under a new name. I'm not gonna tell anyone, and that's it. I'm just gonna come up with some like really awesome new name and brand, and just gonna sit on Mixer with like one viewer, which will be my mom, and we'll be so happy. It'll be like streaming Nirvana again. All this abuse, this constant daily abuse, it's grinding me down. I can't handle it. How you doing, Starscream? How's your better half doing, mate? How's she dealing with life these days? She was in a good place, wasn't she, Starscream? Happy things and exciting things were happening for you both. I think that's it. I think she's done. Little cheeky tap there. I don't even know whether to bother with campfires, to be honest. They've got 100 hit points by the looks of it. Oh, wow, that was down to 11. Well, in theory, then, that means they are... I'll tell you what, let's make 2. Let's stick them in there anyway. Might as well, right? Drop that down there. Well, I hope she's all right, Vicky. That doesn't sound nice, mate. Because I guess they can't go to school or nurseries or playgroups or anything with conjunctivitis because it's like super contagious, right? Thank you for the 14 months, Starscream. Thank you for the 14 glorious months, my friend. And thank you for using your Prime with us yet again as well. Thank you very much for that, Starscream. And I do hope all is well, sir. I do hope all is well. James should have a decent shave and not the fluffies that protect Emily's eyes from scratching. Oh, TM, you went there, bro. So basically, they have reconnected you, Wentex. Let me have a look. But it's only the same speed as before. So they fixed the main hardware issues, but the ISPs now are fighting with themselves over the throttling issue. Oh my lord. I'm going to assume, Wentex, because I know how important the internet must be for your household. I assume you have no other options, right? You know what I mean? What's that? Sorry, Steven. Texting games in general is quite inefficient. Sorry, what was that about, mate? That plate after it, yeah, the one at the bottom, yes. It takes ages, doesn't it? Some of them, yeah. Yeah, well, I hope so, Des. I hope so. Good morning, Valiant. Good morning, sir. Yeah, I'm not... if you've lost your appetite on your fields, I was ever so sorry to hear what happened, Valiant. That choked me up seeing Mackie like that, dude, honestly. I can't even begin to imagine how you are feeling today, mate. That video of him, that was... Oh, mate. That even... Oh. I hope you're alright, fella. There's lots of us around over the next few days if you wanna chinwag Valiant. And I'm sure we'll be around for a lot longer than that, but I should imagine the upcoming weekend is going to be really just horrible for you, mate. James had a shave the other night and he looks like a 12-year-old. Well, you see, this is a good thing, Vicky. This is a good thing. See, when he's all his friends are old and grey, you'll be still going out with a young 20-year-old Vicky. It's like every woman's dream. Unless you fancy a bit of the old grey, a little bit of the old Sean Connery or something. Actually, I'm not sure I've solved this particularly well now I think it through, Vicky. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the bit of stubble does help. So it doesn't affect downloads. It's ports 80, 40, 44.3, so anything browser related. And 3 hardcore gamers living together. It's like the zombie arcade. So what you been watching on telly then, mate? I bet it's... I have a feeling we've not done something back at the Horde base, or did we just have a really good Horde night? Maybe we just had a really good Horde night. Yeah, it is popping with 18.1. I wish they'd stop changing graphical settings on the slide, trying to make their game look better, but actually making it look worse for those of us that can actually run it. Have you seen the popping on the trees? It's freaking atrocious. Bunch of goddamn amateurs over there, I swear to God, man. Shouldn't be allowed to have anything to do with PC game settings. It's annoying the shit out of me. You alright, Shades? How you doing? You alright, Torsten? Let me get back up there. You like a little bit of beard. A little bit of beard, yeah. So, what drew you to James then, Vicky? Why can I not get down my goddamn stairs? Thank you. It's like I have to be looking directly between my... Was it his boyish good looks, was it? Oh, dear. You've caught up with MasterChef. Is that your go-to program, is it, Wentex? Ooh, airdrop. Scrap that. Right, let's get rid of the machete. Yeah, alright, let's go back in. Not sure what I actually want to do today. We'll go to the trade to get our rewards. I think we'll make sure we've got all the ammo stocked up. So the next Horde night is what? 2, 3, 8. When's the next Horde night? Can't be, can it? Does anyone here got a calculator? You're right, Dad. How are you doing? Good morning to you. You're right, noob. You've noticed a few times your tree settings getting changed to low. When I had it to ultra, I was like, what the fuck did they do to the trees? Do you think that's what it is? I'll check the settings later. Like, there has been an update. There has been an update, but those trees look goddamn freaking awful, dude. We're actually full. We're full of all things like medicinal and healing and things like that. It's kind of unusual. I need to go back up top to the... Oh, god damn it. That appears to have a mod on it, so we'll scrap that. Do you think I just get issues with the sort of settings? See, the thing is, though, that would indicate that they have actually tweaked something in the background, you see, Dan. It's like, oh, no, everyone's moaning they've got bad frame rates. So what we'll do over the next few months is slowly degrade, like, the meters. So instead of it being like 12, the maximum is now going to be 10, but no one will notice except people that actually know anything about PC gaming. Right, dink, dink. Dink, dink. Dinky, rinky, dinky, do. So we'll take some of those. Oh, I bet they're on... I'll tell you what, I bet they're on the what's it upstairs, aren't they? Let's have a look. What have we got going on here? So you can go in there. Brass knuckles or stabby knuckles. No, I've got better, so we don't need that. SWAT helmet we probably do want. What should we get rid of? I'm never going to use that tank top. I can tell you that for a fact. And we've got a load of tier 5s. So I'll tell you what, let's just scrap that. Weapon parts. So dink, dink, dink. Oh, hang on. As well as that. That can come upstairs. That's across there. Weapon. Oh no. Weapon parts. Brass. Cash. Alright. So will you actually be working today, Vicky? I mean, is it, I mean, can you actually do your job quite, you know, realistically from home, or is it going to be a bit of a sort of just man the battle decks if anything pops up at work kind of thing? Alright, so cloth can go in there. Alright, let's go and see what's on the so it is 238, is it? The only reason I did that because I thought it was 231 was I just remembered it being 231, so yeah, cheers. Yeah, I remember you saying, Valion. Yeah, I remember you saying, because there's such a big difference in the pictures that you posted from when he was like, he just looked so lethargic and just like no sort of energy even from a photograph. I remember saying that on Discord, and then, you know, you managed to get him a little bit of water and everything, hadn't you, and a little bit of food, and he just looked like a completely different dog. You're right, Bob. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Should we take Vicky to the farm? I think the farm's looking all right now, Vicky. You might not be freaked out by it. I think it's at least partially symmetrical. And I won't go so far as to say like it's gonna appease your OCD, but what else do we have? We have the shotgun down there, that down there, that there. Those go down there. So all of that is for back home, isn't it? Oh my gosh, yeah, cool. Oh, that was god, that marksman rifle was awesome yesterday, wasn't it? I mean, that worked out really, really well. Yeah, those trees look freaking awful. What the hell? Amateurs. Amateur game developers, man. So you like the fireplace? Yes, I see what you meant now. It's very simple. It's kind of weird because it's. I actually looked at an old screenshot that we had of the fire. Do you remember in Alpha 17? Oh, was it Alpha 17? Got me wondering now. Actually, I think it was Alpha 17, but it was the house, the house flipper one that we had. It must have been Alpha 17, and we had the large house that we parked the car out front with a shed, and we redid the living area, if you remember. And it's exactly the same as what you'd got, except we actually countersunk it. I'll show you the screenshot if I dig it out later, mate. It's very similar to what you've done, Bob, but it was kind of inset even deeper, so you ended up with like a double fireplace setting. I can't do it though, and I can't do yours either. It won't work in the bedroom area, mate. We'll get rid of that. Pop that in there. It's they're nice designs, but I actually can't fit them in where we are because it only works by having blocks adjacent. Essentially, you need a 5-block wide to get that sense of a mantelpiece. So you've used almost what looks like T-pieces, whereas we use standard slabs on the old one. But then we counter inset it a half block, and if you remember, it wasn't done by design. It was because of the chimney breast on the outside. It completely screwed the chimney up. Because otherwise it meant it breached through to the exterior. I'll dig out a screenshot later, dude. It's actually quite interesting because it would definitely want to share for people's builds. It's kind of like a hybrid of what we've currently got, what you've done, and what we did in the Alpha 17 farmstead or whatever the hell we called it. But yeah, I understood what you meant now, Bob. Yeah, I just got honestly, I could not get it in my head yesterday. You're right, Ash. How you doing? You're right, Jan. So what's plans today, Starscream? Well, you got to go to work. Have a nice one. Have a nice one. Take care, Starscream. And thank you very much as well. Thank you for the 14, Starscream. You little soldier. You little gummy bear, you. You're right, Bat Tech. Morning, Alison. How are you doing, Alison? How's things? Right, we'll have a little fly over to the... I love the way this spins as you... Right, we're going to hit that floor hard, aren't we?
Oh my gosh, it's my birthday. 1 year.
No.
Bish bash bosh grum BBB grum BBB.
How you doing, Brandon? I wasn't sure if it was actually your birthday as opposed to your Grumbodian birthday. Oh, thank you so much for the 12 months, Brandon. You get your 12-month subscriber badge today. Ooh, one of the big kids now, Brandylin. Thank you very much, my friend. And thank you for using your Prime with us as well. That's awesome, mate. Thank you very, very much. Gentle little throttle up just so we don't crash into the ground. Let's go and speak to my trader. Thank you very much, Brandylin. Thank you. 12 months. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. You are. Look at that. Look at that. You got the teeth and everything now, Brandylin. Steel fire axe I could not give less of a toss out. I'm never going to use a steel fire axe because it looks ugly as shit. May I see your inventory, sir? Have you got anything kind of cosmetically awesome? We've got metal pipes. Oh gosh, I've got some ready.
You can try looting.
Pipes, metal pipes straight, yes please. Nothing in there. Ooh, 2 books. Let me go and get some jukes. We finally have something to spend our jukes on. Who's nicked me gyrocopter? Oh, get out. Has Vicky, Vicky, have you got the, that horrible cream for Emily, have you? We were talking about this when Elegon mentioned it, because apparently they have, drops for conjunctivitis, and the last thing I remember with conjunctivitis was like this you know those tiny little tubes of like super glue, the really little toothpaste tubes, tiny, about 1 inch long, and that's what we used to get for conjunctivitis. It was like a little toothpaste tube, tiny little thing with this like really gooey sticky cream, and you sort of like, you had to open the eye and then pull down the lower lid, and you put like a little, like about a 10mm line, probably like less than a mil, 2mm in diameter, like a tube of this cream underneath the lower eyelid, and that was the cure basically. But it was nightmarish. It was like super sticky. It was horrible stuff. Right, where was I? So we're going to take the Great Heist. I think that might be the 7 leading to our tier 8 unlock, you know. Let's have a look. Great Heist. Go to books. The Great Heist. Oh, nowhere near, mate. 3 out of 7. You're having a laugh, bro. What's this then? No vault door or safe will stop a master thief armed with timed charges. Learn how to craft timed charges. And that's just the schematics. That's not going to make any difference at all anyway, is it? Let me sell all of that to you, my fine friend.
Y'all come back
And
now.
let's see what jobs you've got. You know what? I'm going to do a tier 3 to start with. It's always nice to have a nice warm-up in the morning. Stop, it's making your eyes twitch. What's that? Oh, the conjunctivitis stuff. What's that? Your trader is female, but she talks like a hobo. She's just misunderstood. That's all it is, mate. Throw that in there, throw that in there. So we've got a little bit of ammo. We've got, yeah, food's looking good. Let's risk a meat stew. Do we get food poisoning? No, thank you, gaming gods. Thank you, gaming gods. Very generous of you. Where is my quest? Well, I'll tell you what, it's always quicker to get in the habit of doing this, isn't it? Tier 3 fetch, active, show on the map. Rinky dinky do. Let's go. Right, to hit the old duck pond down there. Excellent. The cream is now also available as a gel. Works way better, especially for kids and non-sticky. What, instead of that horrible toothpastey crap I'm talking about here? Yeah, Wentek said he had, I think for his kids or for himself, I'm not sure. It was just like eye drops. Just like straight, you open your eye, a couple of drops in it, bish, bash, bosh. Yeah, these trees are terrible. What have they done? Everything that just looks like, even the grass draw distance, which is max, looks like it's reduced. You can highlight Mandalorian spoilers. Oh my god, it was so good, Des. First time I've watched something Star Wars-esque, and honestly, I was so mad when it ended. I thought it was going to be about an hour long, dude. I think it was something like about 36 minutes or something. I was like, what? You can't end like that. I need more. It was so well done. So well done. Where is the actual building? Do you think it's a bit further along? What are your plans next few days, Valiant? Are you taking some time out from work and everything, dude? Just to, you know, get a semblance of, well, I hope some sanity back. It's easier said than done, though, isn't it, mate? It's not reset the graphics, no, because all my textures and everything are okay. Almost like it's almost like I've just throttled everything back, dude. I don't really. I'm entirely sure I understand what they've done. To be honest, even my shadows look. Look at that tree. Look how close that tree is before it starts popping back in. It's fucking ugly, dude. I don't know what a CIS battle droid is, Valiant. To be honest, I can't. I'll tell you what I did manage to watch. There was a guy on Twitch yesterday. I didn't stay on for long because I didn't want any spoilers, but there was a guy that actually had the Jedi Fallen Order. And, oh my god, dude. It actually looks really, really good. Like, legit really, really good. I was quite surprised, to say the least. I'll turn it just a little bit that way. We'll be able to take off, won't we? So, perfect. Alright. See if we can have a better start. Let me have a slug of the old coffee as well. I'll have a look later, yeah. I have a feeling I've just downgraded everything. Hopefully not. It's Thursday here, so you do have to work, but I've told all the people I play different MMOs with that I won't be able to play for a few days. Yeah, get your headspace back, Valiant. You know, it's going to take ages, mate. But yeah, if you've got the luxury of just like ducking out of work or any big commitments, mate. Is there anyone else for you, Kel Guy? Did I miss you up there, mate? Is anybody else? Sorry, I missed everyone. Uncle Sam, how are you doing, sir? Grumzoms, Dan. We've got the Grumbombs versus the Grumzoms. It's all part of my branding genius, you see. We're going to, when I win the lottery, So it is the hinge on winning the lottery. I'm going to make a mobile game, which is, you know, obviously think of Plants vs. Zombies, but loads better. And it's going to be, do you remember, was it called Bomber Boy or whatever it was called? Was that the name of the game? Some Bomber Boy? And it's going to be zombies and Bomber Boy. You're going to have the Grum Bombs versus the Grum Zombs. It's going to be amazing, mate. It's going to be an international bestseller on iOS. Downloadable for 99 cents. 30 million downloads in the first 6 months. I've had it in a dream. Cheers, Gazza. There's 50 bits to start the company up with. Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your support, sir. If we keep going like this, mate, the dreams will all come true, sir. So let's just see. Oh, actually, can we make suppressors? Can I make suppressors? I can. Have we got a spare slot on the pump shotgun? We have. We could put a little cheeky silencer because Gaz reckoned that this. Not that it makes any sense to me. Oh, hang on. Let me go and get a wrench. Oh, well, we can come back through, can't we? We'll come back through. So we'll get the shopping trolleys and things because I want to get some mechanical parts. Bomberman, was that it? Not Bomber Boy. Bomberman, was it? Is that my... That's my courier satchel down there, look. That's that quest done, then. Thank you very much for the bits, Gaza. I actually can't really remember. Oh, this is a nice POI for mechanical parts, look. They're a coming, Timmy. They're a coming, boy. Ooh. Right in your ass, mate. The power of the bow. You can't have a suppressor in a chase, so maybe there's something. So that would actually work out then. Because then I could put on the extended whatever it's called for the shotgun. You know, the one that gives me the extra 4 rounds. Down. So you're getting lots of stuttering in Alpha 18.1. Anyone else having issues? The patch note said someone about drops in multiplayer, but you're in single player. Apparently the fix that they've rolled out today, or for today, so I think the patch was last night, is something to do with frame drops in multiplayer due to player names, whatever the hell that means. I've just noticed we've got massive frame drops, like massive frame drops again. It's been alright for the last 2 days because I actually had a fix for it, and we have got massive drop frames again today. I swear to God, I don't know if I can carry on with Twitch if it carries on like this. I might actually seriously consider going somewhere else if it carries on. I'm just not willing to put up with this crap anymore. They are fucking everything up, man. They are fucking everything up. Absolutely ludicrous. I just don't get how a company this big, this financially freaking successful, can still not sort out their goddamn ingest servers in Europe. It's fucking pathetic. Absolutely shocking. Keep an eye on it for a couple of minutes, but that is just atrocious. Absolutely, the network congestion on this ingest pipeline is fucking unbelievable, and it was perfect earlier on. They are seriously dropping the ball, Twitch. I'm telling you, they're going to be in a lot of trouble if they're not careful. Is it the shotgun tube? Is that so? I could use the shotgun tube and the silencer is what we could go with then, couldn't we? That's it. I'm checking out alternatives later. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, bruh. I don't need this crap. I've got to admit, I do love the shotty. The shotty is such a nice weapon. My 9mm pistol now ignores armor. That was quite funny. I've never said that before. However, I'm using hollow points, which is not the correct type of ammo to be using against the military. But yeah, so I've got a skill now that means that my 9mm pistol in melee range, or I think it just says, in fact, what does it actually say? Let's have a read of it. Pistol Pete. Shots fired at point blank range ignore armor and bulk craft 9mm. Oh! I didn't realize I could bulk craft. Ooh, that's a bit naughty then. Ah, so I should be making boxes of ammo then, should I? Instead of just my 9mm rounds. No, does that mean we can? Does that mean all types of 9mm rounds? As in, oh, it does. Oh, so it's not just the 9mm; it's all types of 9mm. Oh, and that saves me. Isn't that like 20% reduction in cost? Because the 9mm normal is 111, and the box is 80, 80, 80 for 100. It's a 20% save on brass. Ooh. Ooh. You're right, Sage. Hello, Knuckles. How you doing? How you doing? When are you doing your giveaways? Especially since you now have all the Deus Ex games I could find. I think I've got a couple from Elagon. I think I've got one from Simpsy, but I normally do it when we've got about 5 or 6. I like to do it when we've got about 10 bob, so we can just like bam through them. So I think I've got a couple myself as well. But I managed to dig out from a humble bundle that I had. So yeah, we should be able to get a couple up and running fairly soon, Bob. Like I said, I don't like just doing one here and one there, because I think people like a chance to. It's like a little lottery game, then, isn't it? Everyone gets a chance a few times each stream over the course of a few streams. Oh, there's the gyro. So not used to seeing the gyro close. Now, I don't actually need to worry about that vulture, do I? Because Jesus Christ, that was some bad shooting. Oh, come on, stop. It's not a clear quest, is it? So your multiplayer last night was terrible on Horde Night. Drops to 6 FPS. Never had that before. Almost unplayable. Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder what the hell's going on, mate. Yeah. There's definitely something different with my game today in terms of visuals. I mean, literally, look, you can actually see. Oh, you can almost see the billboarding. I mean, what would you say that is from there? I'd say, what, 10, 20, probably about 40 blocks away? That's ridiculous, mate. Absolutely ridiculous. Always happy to take games if they're sitting there doing nothing, Valiant. Absolutely, mate. We just do giveaways. People get a chance to use their grum bombs. Like I said to Bob, I don't like just doing, like, you know, if I get given one game, I don't just do one game. I tend to save them in a little spreadsheet, so we've got like a little cluster. It's always nice to do a few, and I think then people don't feel like they've missed out. You know, they might miss on one. They've got a chance, you know, a couple of hours later to get another game. It's I did have a load. I mean, I gave loads away that I had, and I've got this beautiful list that I'd accumulated over the years that I'd been sent from, like, either from devs themselves or, you know, unwanted from humble bundles and things like that. And it was the most glorious spreadsheet. You know, I was on top of it. I was making sure there weren't any duplicate codes. And I can't remember exactly what happened. I can't remember whether I lost it or something happened. But essentially, I couldn't guarantee that something went out of sync. And I just couldn't guarantee that the codes I got were going to be valid. So I literally, probably over 100 games, potentially, that I just don't know, you know, and there's no way for me to really double check them, you know, that's spending hours and hours and hours, even if I could, without actually registering them. This is what we had, Bob, look. It's almost identical to that, but imagine it halved. So we had, it was half block, but then it was only one other half block, so it was like a square with a single hole in the back. And I don't know if you remember it, but we did a really nice brickwork around it. And then at the back of it, we had like the metal grills, and it looked really nice. And I put a single slab across the top here with a candle on each side. But imagine that half. So instead of being 2 blocks across, it was 1. So maybe that was the inspiration. Maybe that's what it originally looked like in that house. I don't know, dude. But it did look really nice. I got to admit, oh, Jesus, that's not good. Skills, mate. Skills. Well, thank you very much. If you have Valiant, thank you very much, yeah. You tried joining a subserver with 350 ping. I got 15-minute ban each time I tried to join because the ping was too high. Oh, dear. Well, why did you try and join a subserver with 350 ping? Why did you even try, dude? You're a typical puppet. I got lazy. No, it wasn't. No. I love my spreadsheets, dude. No, definitely not that. I'm a bit of a whiz with the old Excel, mate. My lovely pivot tables. I like it. I like Excel, but yeah, I can't remember. I don't know whether I accidentally deleted a particular row or something and ended up with everything going out of sync, or a botched copy paste, or I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I got literally no recollection as to what actually happened, but I know I couldn't trust the data anymore. So I like it. To be honest, mate, if I can do something on Excel, I do it on Excel. I'm a big fan of Excel. I always have been. In fact, I pay monthly for my Excel instead of using a freebie version. I use it for all sorts, especially for modding. I'm a big fan of Excel for my Skyrim and other games mods. Wonderful way to tie them in with hyperlinks and notes and annotations and performance data and things like that. I don't think there's a day goes by where I don't have a bit of cheeky Excel work. I think it's like an OCD's dream in Excel, isn't it? Good morning, Mr. Mojo. How are you, sir? I understand from yesterday you've been a very busy man, sir. I hope all is well. Busy in a good way. Busy in a good way, I hope. I think we'll come back in and we'll do a little bit of wrenchy McWrenchy now. Can we jump down there? Looks fairly safe. Make sure we've got a gun out in case we get bothered. Just look at the amount of schematics we've got just from a little cheap ass. Oh, is that another tier 6 compound boat? Ooh. Ooh, very nice. Very nice indeed, sir. Yeah, there's a lot of shopping trolleys in here for the mechanical parts. So actually, this is probably you know, we were saying we hadn't found one that was a good dense hit and get 40 plus mechanical parts, whereas electrical's like piece of piss. This is the one. This is the one we need to remember. Oh, I love Excel, guy. Honestly, I always have done. Always looking at new and wonderful things I can do with it. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Shall I? We might as well take the brass as well, right? You put a request in. Oh, sorry, I've not seen it. Where? What? A DM or? I was very busy last night. In fact, I got in a little bit earlier than normal today, though, Mojo. I think I had about 45 minutes. Oh my god, the drop frames are driving me fucking mad. What is the matter with this piece of shit Twitch, dude? Unbelievable. Honestly, they have got serious problems there, end, man. Don't like Excel. Get out. Why are you? Is this because you get forced to use it for work or something? I love my Excel. In subject. Oh, sorry, mate. I've just not seen it. It's all right. I was watching, reading about Valiant's beautiful pooch Mackie this morning, mate. He's had some really devastating news, boy. It's about all I saw on Discord, I'm afraid. I just checked in with Des because I popped in a question yesterday about Outlook. Don't know if anyone can help out. I've got an email account that has been there, and basically it pretty much gets spammed with YouTube copyright issues, and I use it for a few other things, like a couple of forums access, that kind of stuff. You know, it's not a super heavyweight account or anything, but it has got about 7,000 read emails on it. But interspersed with some of those, there are some ones that I actually kind of do need to go and have a look at. So if you've got an Excel email account, an Outlook email account, and you've got an inbox that's got, let's say, 7,000 read emails, how can I pop them into another folder so I can have a clean inbox but still have all the other ones essentially archived so I can go through them, you know, like a couple of hundred a day sort of thing? Because it won't let me. I can't control A, select them all, and then drag them into archive. I can't set up like a new folder, you know, look at later and drag them into that. Is there any way to do it? The only way I seem to be able to do it is literally to drag. If you think I'm dragging 7,000 fucking emails across individually, one by one, I've got another thing coming. I'd rather just delete the account and get a new one. But there's got to be a way to do it, right? I know, the frames are unbelievable, Bob. Honestly. It's we managed to come up with a fix temporarily, which is where we connect to their ingest servers for about... I've not always been able to do it like I did. To be honest, mate, I didn't really get a chance today. And what we do is we basically stream without streaming to an ingest server, and it seems to balance the line out. It makes absolutely no sense, by the way, what I'm saying here. It makes no sense, but the proof is in the pudding. The last couple of days, we've had very few drop frames. I didn't get a chance to do that this morning, so I've got an erratic connection again. Twitch is fucked. Honestly, I really mean this. Twitch has got serious network issues right now. I'm struggling to even watch Co-Carnage and people like Lyric and Dan's Gaming of an evening without having things like buffering and 2,000 network error connections. It's so it's not even just Europe at the minute. It is. They're in a right. Something's going on, mate. Something's going on. They're either getting attacked and then they're keeping it fucking quiet, or they've got major hardware issues that they're keeping quiet. Or the bandwidth is just in such a phenomenal spike over the last couple of months, they just can't handle it. I just don't know what's going on with Twitch. They're on absolute fucking shit stain of a fucking streaming service right now. So, filters. Hang on, let me have a look at this. You come from a coding back. Oh, how come? So what? Do you not like? So is Excel actually really bad behind the scenes? Is it? You should give my SQL a try, Grum. You can do terabytes of database. Yeah, I don't need all that, though. I'm sure I could, but I'll stick with simple Excel, typical puppet. So filters, rules, and filters make rules. So how do I do that? No, because not with 7,000 of them, Bob. And to be honest, I'd rather keep the account if I can. You're having to watch all videos at 160p. Yeah, it's awful. Honestly, Sage, it's... The thing is, the fix that we've got for it means that it's not actually... It's not some sort of assault or attack or anything untoward's going on. It just means there's something horribly broken. And Twitch do not seem to be acknowledging it at all. The problem is a lot of streams, you might not notice it. You know, I literally for months and months haven't dropped a single frame. Not one single frame in all the streams. You know, 7 hours a day, 7 days a week, not a single dropped frame, mate. You know, my encoder's tight, absolutely pinned down. My connection was rock solid, absolutely no issues. And in the last, I'd say 3+ months now, and a massive degradation over the last 3 to 4 weeks. There is something seriously wrong with Twitch, man. Jenny Mac, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much for using your Prime with us this month, Jenny. Thank you very much, my friend. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the sub club, Jenny. Thank you very much, man. Something's up with Twitch for sure. Thing is, it's getting worse, dude. I don't mind a little bit of a hiccup in the road, you know, a couple of weeks, you know, while they're faffing about, you know, changing a few things. It all seems to coincide with the beginning of channel points as well. I can't possibly believe that's got anything to do with it, but it was a couple months back when they started trialing channel points, didn't it? And that seems to coincide exactly with when all these issues started happening. Now, I'll be the first to admit that is purely, no doubt, coincidental. But it does make me think if there's something going on that we haven't heard about yet. You know, what are they changing infrastructure-wise back end? I was honestly hoping and willing to put up with some erratic behaviour and some bad network congestion and what have you, because I thought they might be upping the bit rate, but they can't even handle what we've got at the minute, so God knows what they're up to. Yeah, please, Ash. Yeah, if you can, or post it on Discord would be even better. I'm not sure if you're over there, mate. But yeah, I just want to be able to like click. I don't mind if it takes me 5 or 10 minutes, but obviously manually moving 7,000 emails into like a little storage area so I can go back through them at my leisure, because I'd like to start using the account regularly. So obviously, I'll start blocking things that are currently being spammed, or like you said, putting a filter on them to drop them into a separate folder. I just need to purge it so I can start again, if that makes sense. You set up a name folder and select multiple. It's easier to select all and deselect the ones you want. You can... Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, about 30. I think that's what I'm on. Yeah, about 25, 30 on the screen. Yeah, exactly the same, Knuckles. Yeah, it'll take too long to do 7,000, dude. It was just like a junk email, really. But I'd like to start using it. Yeah, but can I do that retrospectively, though, Ash? I know about sending it to specific... I mean, I can even auto-forwards, you know, if it say it's a YouTube video, file it automatically in a YouTube folder. But can I do it retrospectively once they've already come in? I guess that's the only thing I don't know about, Ash. So if you can help out, I'd be really, really grateful, mate. Have I ever heard of SuperCalc Grum? I was a wizard with that one, making macros for all that sort of output from it. I haven't actually, Shades. No, SuperCalc. Is that something similar to Excel, or it was... Never heard of it, Shane. What did you actually involved in the development of it, or just generally providing superior support for it? Yeah, it's a nightmare, typical puppet, and this is part of the problem. Is it's so erratic. I can go like 6 hours streaming without a single drop frame, typical, and then for like 20 minutes have hundreds of drop frames. So it's one of those things you can't even test. You know, I'd have to test for 7. And that's what we have been doing. We've been running, like, if you like, dead broadcasts for 7 hours at a time across multiple ingest servers, different locations in the UK. We've even got a guy in the States who was willing to join us, but we've all given up because it's just not solvable. There is no solution until Twitch look into it. We had Virgin Media, we had BT Network, so it wasn't ISP specific. Done my head in, man. I've wasted hours over the last couple of weeks trying to troubleshoot it. And the simple fact is, there's nothing we can do. You're right, Rebster. What was that? I hope it's not like what Google was. Oh, with the... I got my email this morning, Rebster. And I was absolutely mortified to hear about Games for Kicks. For those of you that don't know, I received my formal email this morning from YouTube stating that I now had to label... I'm sorry, Mojo. By the way, I'm sorry, mate. I kind of lost in a fight there. I'll have a look later for your new sub intro, mate. As long as it's not squeaky grum or anything, I'll happily change it, bro. As long as it's not me, speaking or laughing, I'm quite happy with that. What was I going to say? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So now, if you're a content creator on YouTube, and I don't consider myself a content creator on YouTube, where we simply upload our VODs, or Simpsy does. I certainly don't do lots of video editing and all that complicated stuff. But whenever you upload a video, you now have to state whether or not the content is child focused, and it has huge ramifications. Obviously, if you're saying it's child focused and it turns out not to be, you can get literally the fines that can be imposed are horrendous. And I don't know if I've read it right, but if it's child focused, they're not allowed. This isn't YouTube, by the way. We shouldn't be hating on YouTube for this. This is a legal decision that's been made, I guess, in the US, that if content is specifically targeted at a child or a child's audience, if you like, a child audience, they can't have targeted advertisements on it. They can't have things like any links to anything that could be purchasable, like microtransactions or anything like that. And if I've read the small print, you also can't comment on the videos, which I think I can't have read that right, but that's what it sounds like. So comments are automatically disabled. So it means that the revenue stream for child created content, it's zero. I mean, what are people going to do? It's huge. I can't believe it hasn't been spoken about more. I mean, everyone heard about Article 13 and everything, but this YouTube change is horrendous. And of course, you can either do it per video or you can globally select your channel. So what I've done this morning is I've chosen my channel to be, it very clearly is not targeted at children, quite obviously. Most of my footage is shooting zombies in the face, right? So fairly simplistic for someone like me. But for Games for Kicks, who has done hundreds and hundreds, according to his tweet, he's deleted 300 child-friendly videos. In other words, games that are probably, deemed to be, cutesy child-friendly, things like Minecraft and stuff like that. And rather than risk getting a massive fine if something goes wrong, he's literally deleted the videos from his channel. Can you have any idea how heartbreaking that must have been for Kicks? Deleting 300 edited. Imagine the sheer time that he's put into those videos just to have to delete them from his channel. I mean, the world's going mad, isn't it? The world's going completely crazy. But yeah, it's a big one. And this all kicks in January the 1st, 2020. So giving us a couple of months just to make sure our channels are all set up and working as we want it to be. So yeah, who knows, Webster? Lots of changes coming up, right? You don't use Outlook yourself, but you've tried right click, move or something. Can't, yeah. I'd have to do each one. Yeah, I'd have to do each one, Sam. Because you can only see so many on a page at a time. Even if I go scrolling down, and then right click, it just won't do it with anything more than like about 25. Yeah. You're saying it's a coincidence all Markiplier subs the spam didn't make in a live stream had their entire Google accounts banned, so even a small change can F major shit up. I don't know what you want about saying a coincidence. We've spoken about Markiplier's issues at length. I'm not sure what you're implying, Knuckles. If you go to the Twitch subreddit and search for drop frames, it's just full of people having the same issue. Yeah, I've heard, guy. Yeah, been over there, mate. That's where we've been picking up some of the boys and girls willing to help out with extensive testing. But it's like I said, you can't test for 20 minutes, guy. It's getting people to commit to dead broadcasts for 7+ hours, mate, across multiple ingest servers. It's a big ask of people. Yeah. So comments are disabled on this stage. Oh, so I thought I'd read it right, but I was quite surprised. Mate. You basically can't make money on YouTube anymore thanks to our government. God, sometimes I hate this country. Ashla, thank you. Let me just grab this, mate. Thank you. Let me just grab this link you've sent through. What's this life wire? Let me just grab this and I can have a look. Filter one, send an email to a certain folder. I think I know how to do that. Well, I do know how to do that, but hopefully there's something about retrospectively doing it, Ash. So thank you very, very much for that. You're right, Talk Lord. How are you doing? Bob, I actually rather approve of that because little Billy doesn't need to buy shit online with mom's credit card. The thing is, Bob, you can look at it from the perspective of it making sense, can't you? And I don't know enough about it to really comment today, so we'll probably reapproach this conversation at another day. But the problem is, who's going to make the content, Bob? You've got all these kids out there that actually really enjoy YouTube. There's probably some really good stuff out there. Content creators making good family-friendly content. Where's the monetary incentive for them to carry on, dude? So who's actually missing out? The content creators now, it's financially not viable to them make child-friendly content. So who's losing out? The kids are, dude. And all that's going to happen is going to force the kids to start watching non-friendly content. So it's not as simple as it's made out, Bob. All this, fucking protect the kids from the fucking pedos, all that bollocks. There's a bigger problem here, mate. Let's have, what's this Apple Stack Exchange Outlook apply rules to past messages? Oh, nice one, dude. Nice one. Thank you for that. Thank you. Take care, Ash. Look after yourself. Thank you very much for that. I sent you suddenly. You're not on Discord. Yeah, that's brilliant. I've got them both bookmarked. Well, I've not got them bookmarked, but I've got them up. Thank you very much for that, Ash. I'll let you know how I get on, dude. Thank you. Good morning, Chaos. Good morning, Advina. Yeah, I bet he's heartbroken. And especially because he's got a young family as well, Kicks. I mean, that's the real kicker, isn't it? Some of his content has been made, because it's the kind of stuff he'd like his own children to be watching. And he's at, this is what I'm saying. He's had to go and delete all of that content. It's There's got to be better ways of managing it, right? There's just got to be ways. It's kind of crazy. Markiplier went to the extent to reach YouTube, Google, and they are restoring. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he actually. Was it the head of creative something rang him? At least he had one-to-one human contact. If it had been us, Battech would have been fucked. We were talking about it yesterday. It's only because it's Markiplier. Luckily, Markiplier's got, 1, he's a nice guy. 2, he's got the clout. And 3, he was willing to spend time to get it fixed. If it had happened to our community, Battech, you'd all be fucked. I wouldn't have had a leg to stand on. No one would be listening to me, would they? Absolutely ridiculous. The whole thing. Yeah, that's it, Sage. Yeah, that's it. You know, I agree with it. In you know, the end goal makes sense, but the way and the impact it's going to have on content creation on a platform like YouTube, it's so far-reaching. It doesn't even bear thinking about. We watched one called Toys with Little Gabby. Both our kids loved them. But they might not be available soon, Adrena. If there's no financial incentive to create content on YouTube, he's going to carry on doing it. This is the problem, isn't it? How are they going to change those algorithms now to actually mean that these the child-friendly content can get seen? I mean, they must have a plan. I mean, hopefully it's not all doom and gloom. But these are the issues that, you know, currently people are looking at. Wow, that was an interesting takeoff and landing. Well, we're not going to be landing. But yeah, it's who knows? I mean, we'll have to wait for the dust to settle. I certainly don't know enough about it myself yet. Yeah, I got your knuckles. Sorry, mate. I'm going to have to go and get a coffee because my throat's gone all funny. I've got like a little dry tickle in the back of my throat for some reason. Yeah, I mean, you know, we keep hearing about YouTube content creators having all these issues, actually getting clicks, actually getting people to come to their channels. You know, the algorithms are sort of like forcing them out because they said the F-bomb in one video 6 years ago, and you know they've now been flagged as not appropriate for certain advertisers and all the rest of it. But you know, it's really hard to get that channel throughput, isn't it, these days on YouTube, from what I understand. There used to be a whole meta behind, you know, guaranteeing being at the top of the pile, wasn't there? But now it's like the content creators saying it's almost like there's a flagging system that goes on outside of the transparency of the front end of YouTube. There's clearly things that they don't have access to. You are clearly put on lists within lists within lists somewhere within that YouTube back end. Which can have a huge impact on, you know, the amount of viewers that are going to get, I guess, publicized access to your content or advertised access to your content. So, because of the way that the child-friendly content is going to be, just not being able to have comments. Can you imagine having videos where comments can't be done? You can't upvote and downvote and things like that. It'd be a dead channel. It would never go anywhere, would it? So they must be looking at something to work alongside the child-friendly stuff. But the real issue is the fear. It's the fear, the penalties for doing tagging something child-friendly and having something that may not be human, for example, a bot, claim that it isn't child-friendly. And let's be honest, it's a bit of a vague area. Child, isn't it? You know, what's the legal definition of a child in all of this? All children are not the same, are they? You know, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, you know, they're very, very different. Take 100 6-year-olds, they're all going to be very, very different, aren't they? You can get hit with insane penalties. Legally obliged to pay massive fines for breaching that law, basically. It's nothing to do with YouTube. It's not YouTube fining you. That's right, that's it, yeah, that's the one, Mario, yeah. Who knows? I mean, like I said, I'm not here to, I don't know enough about it, but all I know is there's a lot of people very, very worried about, you know, the implications of it, but... cheers, Battech. Thank you, bro. You're right, Sarge, how you doing? Have a nice day, Chaos, if you're busy, mate. I hope it's all going well. Yeah, well, yeah, it's exactly, but this is the problem, isn't it? Is your content directed at kids? If it is, it has to be child-friendly. You can't make a video that is literally designed to be watched by children. But this is the problem. The kind of grey area where someone might say, for example, an animated cartoon sketch, which might be aimed at teenagers, but that also technically is perfectly okay for a child to watch. I can understand where the confusion is, because there's no actual static set of rules for what you can and can't do. Of course there isn't. They can't. I've got to go and get a drink, guys. Let me go and get a drink while we wait, because my throat is killing me.
Trader Joel's is now open.
Right, back. Sorry about that. Yeah, my throat is just suddenly started really hurting. I couldn't even say what I wanted to say then, because I was struggling to talk. Oh, that's better. Just trying to sip a really hot coffee. You're right, Bates. Been a while since I've been here, but I don't know what we're talking about. Something about PG-13 content, but in all reality changes happen to make the rich get richer and the poor get less wealthy. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about some very interesting legal changes, which makes sense on the face of it, but... It's the fact that we... Essentially, in a nutshell, it all stems from the fact that we can now not have child-directed... focused advertising.
Many thanks.
On content.
To be very
so if it's content that is deemed to be targeted at children, you can't have targeted advertising on that content. That's basically it in a nutshell. So it's nothing to do with locking it behind parental controls. It's the impact that has. If I put a video out that is aimed at, say, children, it's child content. You know, maybe I've written a story for children to listen to on YouTube. YouTube will not be able to have child-focused advertising on that content. So it's got nothing to do with what you look at. It's got nothing to do with child-friendly access or anything like that, or parental controls. It's about the advertisers. It's about what the advertisers are allowed to put their content on, which then has an impact on the revenue achieved by child-friendly content. I think everyone's misunderstanding the issue. Why? Well, some people are. What another YouTuber said, if they don't have kid-friendly videos, then they can't get ads to make money. But if you do have videos that are kid-friendly, you have to check a box on the upload screen. But if that video is not kid-friendly, then you're screwed. Well, that's where you can get hit with a fine that would literally cripple you and end up, you'd probably serve fucking time.
Maybe next time.
Do you have any jobs? Well, let's go and have a look what we got in here. So we've got Factory LG.
You can do it. Leave
We have
the task for you,
apartment
friend.
blocks.
Okay,
Should we
I'll
go
find
to the other
somebody
one?
else. I've got just
Fancy
the
doing the-
task.
I fancy doing the
Well, that's a
hospital again.
shame.
I like
Have
the
a safe
hospital.
trip. I really admire you, friend. Well, that's
What
a
else is
shame.
in? Let's
Have
have
a
a look.
safe
Do you have any
journey.
jobs? A tier
Can you
1.
help me with my problem?
I don't think I've done the diner. Let's go do the diner. Let's go and have a look. Alright, let's have a look, see. So, let's throw... Well, should we just go and drop this lot back? Well, yeah, we better go and drop it back, actually, haven't we? See if any of it stacks. I don't want that. I don't want that. We'll have a look at that later. Don't need... Oh, hello, my little boys and girls. Where's me red dot gone? That red dot is god mode, man. Absolutely godlike. Actually, if I turn my light off, I'll be able to see the red dot better, won't I? Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. It actually makes me go under the trees as well, because the shadow means the red dot is so much more visible. I kind of like how that works as a... it's like a strategic advantage, you know, in lower sort of light settings and conditions. It's actually really cool. I love the way that red dot just changes the shotgun to being... It's basically like a bloody sniper rifle. So powerful. Actually, that reminds me, we need to do that Call of Duty stream soon, or I'll miss the opportunity. It's a timed... God, it's killing me. It's a timed event. That's better. Oh, Jesus. Is that talking about this topic as well? But let me grab that, because I'd like to read more about it. I've only really... I spoke about it a couple of days ago, because I'd been partially notified of it. Then I got the official email from YouTube this morning, because I have a account with obviously content, obviously not good content, but we're all in the same boat eventually. And then of course we've got Article 13, because the various European countries are still at the point where they're having to... I can't talk. Hang on one second. You have to excuse me, I've got a Huld's Soother. I'm going to try that, see if it takes the edge off. I just can't talk. I can't say what I want to say articulately or even semi-fluently, because I'm struggling to get a sentence out, so I'm trying to cut it short each time. So it's probably a really bad conversation to have when I'm like this. You've got a severe lack of potatoes, are you talking about in here? Yeah, of course, because you used to be able to just pick them up back in the day, didn't you? These. You notice they're also not in crop plots as well, Wentex. PewDiePie is not off YouTube, of course he's not. PewDiePie is still the biggest talent on YouTube. He's going nowhere, mate. Right. Oh, hang on, that's not right. Where's the big yellow? Did anyone see the big yellow? Ah, throat is killing me, man. Isn't it weird how fast that came on? I was fine when I started the stream. Oh, there it is. I can actually physically see it. How are we doing on fuel? We need more fuel, bro. Well, shall we go and drop this off? Well, no, it's only a tier 1. There's not going to be a huge amount of loot in a tier 1, is there? I think we can probably just about survive, right? Oh my god! I think we need to. I think we need to leave. Let's give you a 10-minute timeout because you're just babbling in chat. You got 10 minutes. Go take a deep breath, take a walk outside, come back if you can hold a coherent conversation without spamming my chat with pointless things. Yeah, frames are insane. I don't know whether to start the stream, turn it on and off again. Because weirdly enough, let's see if we can park her up here. Go on, my little beauty. He's sliding a little bit. Look at that. Look at their skill. Look at their skill, bruh. Yeah, the drop frames are just insane. Absolutely insane. And it'll keep getting worse for about an hour, typically. And then, in theory, it will settle down a little bit later. Well, I'll keep on it for about the next 3-4 minutes. If it settles down, we'll leave it. I don't think it's going to. And what we'll do is we'll quickly turn her on and off again. And we'll see if that stabilizes it. Oh yeah, it's not turning off. You'll just be getting a few drop frames. I mean, to be honest, we've not had that many drop frames. It's just you'll be used to having 0, so obviously you're going to really notice it. But we've only had a couple of thousand drop frames, which is better than normal. We always run at about 1.4%. See, this is the weird thing. It's always the same percentage over a period of time while you're getting the drop frames. It normally averages out between 1.2 and 1.4% drop frames. And that's for everybody that's getting the same issue. And it's almost like there's some sort of throttling going on at Twitch's end. I'll have a look at that later, Advina. Thank you. What's on the plans today, then, Advina? You got anything nice going on? Oh, my throat is in agony. All okay your end wise, man. It's weird, isn't it? We noticed this last time. People were saying that that everything was fine their end, but other people were saying it's not their end. And it is for some, and it isn't for others. And it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. So some people were saying like the audio was going weird. Some people were saying the video was going weird. Some people had perfect video but no audio. All I know is it's not me. And trust me, I've put probably 60, 70 hours into troubleshooting this, possibly more. And it's Twitch. There's just nothing I can do about it. Other than do the fake broadcast for as long as I can prior to the stream. But I don't always get in long enough to do it, you see. If I could do fake broadcast for like 60 minutes before starting the stream up, we're normally okay. And remember I was saying about my friend who essentially he goes into IRL and he has about a 30-minute stream. Started off with 15, 20, that he now does a full 30-minute segment start of every stream in IRL. And he has lots of drop frames there, but no one really cares because the audio tends to be fine. And then what he does is he turns the stream off and starts it up again and starts the game up that he's playing. And that normally gives him a much, much, much better experience. But how ridiculous is that? It doesn't even make sense, does it? Not sure where this actual POI is. Obviously not the movie theatre, is it? Or is it? Oh no, there it is. It's the diner, isn't it? Should drop her in the car park. Keep it just to the side so we can actually get out. That'll be about spot on, won't it? Might hit that rock in front of us though. Oh, let me just see if let me try and chew through this whole soother. No, not having frame rate issues, Tiny P, but what I have noticed is sorry about this, a degradation in visual quality, mate. Oh wow, so there's loads of you. So Stoufy, Uncle Sam, Tanipa, you're all having issues since 18.1 stable. How you doing, Johnny? Yeah, massive. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it on and off again. I'll be back in a sec.